This is lecture number two of our course research methodology. We are going to continue, speaking or talking about research types. So please, dear students, I hope that, or I wish that you're going to enjoy it very well. Thank you. The second one is on the basis of utility of the content or nature of subject matter of research. Subject matter or content in this case, either it is basic, fundamental, pure, or theoretical research. Its utility is universal في الحالة دي أو يكون experimental أو applied research. يبقى on the basis or on the basis of utility of content or nature, the subject matter of research is either basic, fundamental, pure, or theoretical research, or experimental or applied research. On the basis of approach of research, either it is longitudinal research or cross-sectional research. What's meant by longitudinal research? Example of this is like case study and genetic research, or cross-sectional research. Example of this category are either experimental or survey research on the basis of a research methodology. Or a research process consists of these steps. The first one is formulating the research problem. You should have like a problem, researchable problem. Extensive literature survey, you read about this problem or what other people write about this problem. Developing the research hypothesis, you should have like hypothesis. Any problem, any research begin with hypothesis, and then you have to design the research, and then the research design, and then the data collection, and then the beginning of the project, starting writing the project, and then the analysis of the data, and then the hypothesis test. You test the hypothesis that you made in the beginning. So these are the steps of writing a research. And then analysis of data, hypothesis testing, generalization of interpretation, and then preparing the report, the final report of the research. We begin with how to form a research problem. How to form a research problem. Okay, at very outset, the researcher must decide the general area of interest or aspects of a subject matter that he could like to inquire into, and then a research problem should be formulated. Then you formulate a problem. First, you have to identify the area of interest, and then you should find out what do you want to, why do you want to do research in this area? What kind of problem do you think that you want to address in your study so that you can find solution or whatever for it, and then you are going to formulate the problem to the research. It's not like when you write just like an essay, it's about this and that. You should have like there is a problem you want to address it, do that, and then you find out the solution of that problem. Then you should extensive literature survey, and then after you decide upon the problem, you have to read about that problem, and then extensive literature survey connected to the problem. So this is why you need to go and read the journals, publish books, bibliographies. You should conduct different references or sources so that you can collect data about the problem or the research problem. And then after that, you need to, after extensive literature survey, research should state in clear terms the working hypothesis, which is tentative to assumption made in order to draw. What, for example, you should assume this and that so that you can address them in order to start doing your research. You have to know how to collect your data. It depends on several ways of collecting the appropriate data, which differ considerably in the context of cost, time, and other resources at the disposal of the research. We have primary data, which is being collected by the researcher himself, or secondary data. The primary data, either you go on through personal interview, through telephonic interviews, by mailing or of questionnaire, or through schedules. Criteria of good research. A good research on expects scientific research to satisfy the following criteria. The purpose of the research should be clearly defined and common concepts be used. Clear, objective or purpose of the research. The procedure that you follow. The procedure design of the research should be carefully planned. The research should report with complete frankness flows of the procedural design. The analysis of data should be sufficiently adequate to reveal its significance, and the method of analysis used the method of analysis should be appropriate. Conclusion should be confined to those justified by the data of the research and limited to those for which the data provide an adequate basis. Reliability.